life glitch explained in 11 minutes.
Deja vu. The accidental save reload. You walk into a cafe. The clatter of a tray. The low hum of conversation. The barista calling out an order. A name you already know before she says it. A black cat dashes past your legs. And then it hits you. You have seen this before. Exactly.
But I swear, I don't know what it is with deja vu. It gotta be somebody else's memories we reliving or some bullshit. Cause nigga, I never understand it, bro.
This. You don't just recognize the moment, you remember what happens next. The man at the window will check his watch, the woman at the counter will drop her keys. In 10 seconds, the door will swing open, but you already know who's coming through. Science says deja vu is a glitch, a brain misfire, a small processing error where your mind accidentally flags the present as a past memory.
And nigga, I don't believe that shit. Even though it's probably true, nigga. I really feel like, bro, this shit gotta be like memories from other people in the past and shit, bro. Cause nigga, I'm not gonna lie, why the fuck do I understand? It be like stupid little shit like smells and something. Nigga, I be smelling like some bullshit. Like, let's say, nigga, I'm looking out the window of the car and I smell some oil, nigga. That's a weird one. I be like, nigga, bro, I get the term like I be like, bro, I smelled this shit before, like, and I have this whole little situation. I be like, damn, nah, I've been in the same situation, smelling this same exact thing, saying the same exact shit. And deja vu, that shit tripped my ass out.
And if deja vu is just a brain error, why does it feel so eerily accurate? Some believe deja vu isn't a glitch at all. It's proof that time isn't linear, that you've lived this moment before, that maybe you are in a loop. Or worse, you've died in another timeline.
Oh my God.
If that's true, how many times have you already been here? Mandela effect. Reality patches while you're AFK. Let's do a test. Does Pikachu have a black tip on his tail? Think carefully. You've seen Pikachu 1,000 times, on cards and games.
Yes.
In movies. You know what he looks like.
No.
So yes or no? If you said yes, congratulations. You've just experienced the Mandela effect. Pikachu has never had a black tip on his tail.
Hold on, wait. On my soul, I had to think. I had to lock back in. To what poster did I just lock back into? What game is that? The Pokemon tournament shit? It's a Pokemon game that I just locked back into to really retrace that memory. Cause what the fuck?
Not in the games, not in the anime, not anywhere.
This nigga never had a. I'm not gonna lie, whoever did this is smart as shit to match this. I ain't gonna lie, it makes sense.
Millions of people swear he did. Alright, let's try another one. Does the Monopoly man wear a monocle? Of course he does. You've seen him. The rich old man with a top hat and that little monocle over his eye. Except, he doesn't. He never has. The Mandela effect is the strange phenomenon where large groups of people all remember something one way, only to find out that it never existed like that.
Never existed is just crazy, though.
The name comes from Nelson Mandela. Huge numbers of people remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. They recall watching the funeral on TV, seeing the headlines, even discussing it in school. Except that never happened. He was released, went on to become president of South Africa, and died in 2013.
What the fuck type of storyline? Nigga, I know who Nelson Mandela is, don't get me wrong, but I ain't know about the other shit. I ain't know the whole world just assumed him dead.
So how do millions of people share the same false memory? The official explanation is that human memory is...
Hold on. 1918 to 2013, 93 whole years. This nigga is old.
So how do millions of people share the same false memory? The official explanation is that human memory is bad. It's faulty, unreliable. A few people misremember something, then they tell others, and before long, the false memory
it becomes word of mouth.
If so many people remember things one way, but history says otherwise, what if history changed? What if these are updates to reality, small server-side patches that overwrite the past, but leave behind a few glitches? What if you just didn't get the update? Some believe this is proof that we're shifting between alternate timelines, that every so often we move into a slightly
I'm not gonna lie. Bro, that Pikachu one is really fucking me up. Like, on everything I love, because nigga, it don't make no sense to me. I don't remember the shit. I genuinely remember this nigga somewhat having a black tail. I don't know where it's from or where in specific I remember it from. I just
version of reality, but our memories don't fully sync. Others think this is just bad maintenance. Reality gets patched, but the developers missed a few details. Either way, if you ever notice something changing that shouldn't be able to change, it's already too late. Missing time. The desync error. It's 3:02 p.m. You blink. Now it's 3:47 p.m. You didn't move. You didn't check your phone. You weren't distracted. But somehow 45 minutes have disappeared. The official term is highway hypnosis. When your brain zones out and drives on autopilot, it happens on long, repetitive roads. The idea is that your brain is awake, but your memory stops recording. Sounds reasonable.
Okay, that makes sense. From what I was about to say in my head, the explanation, because I was about to say, my nigga, when I wake up, like, When I wake up from school, right? Sometimes, bro. So this is a very everyday instance of this happening. Every day I wake up from school, 6 o'clock. Wake up for school, 6 o'clock, right? But I be staring, I be looking up for like 5 minutes. The shit would just magically hit 6:45. I swear to God, every time. Nigga, I'm not mistaking my 5 minutes for 45 minutes when I'm supposed to be getting in the shower at 6:05 and I'm getting in the shower at 6:45. Nigga, I'm not lazy too. Fuck you for saying that. I'm not lazy too. Nigga, so it's like, where is all that time going? I swear it only be like 5 minutes. I be looking up. I blink. The time is moved. That shit's nutty. That shit's fucking insane.
Except some people experience missing time when they're not driving. They'll be sitting at home watching TV, and suddenly it's night. A person cleaning their kitchen looks up at the clock and finds an hour missing. Some say it happens when they're mid-conversation. They'll be talking to a friend, and suddenly the other person is looking at them weird, like they just stopped talking for 5 minutes. Some people say that during missing time, they get the feeling that something else was happening, but they just aren't supposed to remember. It's like someone edited the footage.
Also,
trimmed
that
the timeline,
too.
removed the parts that didn't make the cut. Things
This
you were
does
never meant to
happen.
see. Bystander effect.
Interesting.
When NPCs refuse to trigger the next event, you're walking down a busy street, a person collapses. They hit the ground completely unconscious. A crowd starts forming and nobody moves. You wait for someone to help. Maybe a doctor, maybe a good Samaritan. But instead, everyone just stands there watching. That's the bystander effect. A bizarre glitch where the more people there are, the less likely anyone is to do something. Because everyone assumes someone else will take action. But because everyone assumes that, nobody does. And it gets weirder. There are cases where entire groups of people have just stood there watching something horrible happen, even when it would have been extremely easy to help.
I
get it. A person choking in a restaurant.
I was about to say, I
in
don't.
broad daylight, even a drowning
Maybe
child.
this is one of the ones I don't really have much experiences, but I understand it because it's happened.
Nobody wants to be the first to move. Nobody wants to take responsibility. It's like they're all stuck in an idle animation waiting for a main character interaction. And what if, just for a second, we consider the possibility that this isn't just human psychology? What if some people really do function like NPCs? What if some only activate when they're directly prompted?
No, dude, I really think I said this before on Everything I Love. I felt like there's some people in this world. I don't know when they came, but it's like some people in this world are genuinely not real and they refuse to think for themselves. I stand on that shit. I swear, there's a lot of people that don't talk, and it's not. I understand people. Some people just don't talk. I understand, but it's a lot of people that don't have opinions on a lot of shit that just be in the world just living, and I just be confused.
If that's true, then the next time you're in a crowd, look around. Is everyone really playing the same game as you? Doppelgangers. The NPC cloning bug.
I ain't found no doppelganger on me.
Yourself. Not a look-alike. Not a twin. You. Same face, same outfit, same movements. At first, your brain scrambles for a logical explanation. A coincidence? A weird reflection?
My nigga, this shit would throw me off.
It looks at you, and you realize it knows. Throughout history, people have reported seeing their own double. And it's almost never a good thing. One of the most famous cases was Abraham Lincoln. A few days before his assassination, he reportedly saw his own reflection in a mirror, except there were two of him. One looked normal, the other was ghostly pale.
What the fuck?
His wife, naturally, did the reasonable thing and decided this meant he was going to die. And then, well, we all know how that turned out. Now, maybe Lincoln was tired. Maybe his brain just filled in an extra image. Or maybe it's just a glitch in the system. Maybe reality accidentally rendered two copies of you for a moment. Maybe you just caught a glimpse of yourself from another timeline. Or maybe something else is trying to take your place. Either way, if you ever see someone who looks exactly like you, walk the other way.
Oh, no, I was going to do that anyways, because I know it's some
paralysis.
deeper shit. Oh, my God.
Cutscene. You can't skip. It happens in the middle of the night. Your eyes snap open. You can see your room, your ceiling, the faint glow of the streetlight outside. Everything is normal, except you can't move.
Bro, nigga, I used to get sleep paralysis, so I still do. Sometimes I get that shit so bad, and I don't know what's the cause. Like, my nigga, I could even be taking a nap for 30 seconds. Like, I could be taking a nap. All I feel, all of a sudden, my body froze. Body froze, can't move. I'm hearing loud sounds, the wind moving, hella shit. I hear hella bullshit going on in my ear. But nigga, I'm froze. And my nigga, it's happened to me so much times that when it happens now, I realize, like, bro, this shit's not real, but this shit's rhyming me, gang. Like, the sounds be so loud. I don't know what type of nut shit my brain be on. And then I can't move. I be frozen. But I realize, like, it's happened to me so much that I realize that the only part of your body that you can move is your. I ain't tested the thumbs, but my go-to is just twitching my toes. I seen some shit on TikTok. They said twist your toes. Nigga, every time that shit happens, nigga, I be trying so hard. Focus on my toes. Focus on my toes. Focus on my toes. My nigga, that shit wake me up every trip. I swear, if I ain't seen that TikTok, that shit would be killing me every damn time, bro. That shit is the only way.
Not a single muscle. Your arms, your legs, completely locked. You try to call for help, but your voice won't come out. And then you feel it. A presence. Standing at the edge of your bed. This is sleep paralysis, and if you haven't experienced it yet, congratulations. You've avoided one of the worst free trial experiences that the human body has to offer.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit is nothing to play with, bro. I feel like I've dealt with it for a minute now, so I don't give a fuck no more. Like when it happens, I just do the toe glitch and wake up and go back to sleep. But before, I'm not gonna lie, this shit used to freak me out. I always thought I was on the edge of death. Like
People describe it as being trapped inside your own body. Science calls it a simple sleep cycle disruption. During REM sleep, the body is in a state of muscle atonia.
I think it is. I think it has to have a part. It got to be the smoking. The smoke got to be a part of that.
Prevent acting out dreams. And if you break this sleep, your brain wakes up, but your muscles are still paralyzed.
Because the REM sleep
it's
shit,
to last
right?
A few seconds, maybe a minute at most. But to the people experiencing it, it can feel like a lifetime. And here's where it gets weird. Because for some reason, sleep paralysis doesn't just come with paralysis. It comes with company. People across different cultures, across history, across completely separate parts of the world, all describe seeing the exact same thing. A dark silhouette, watching them. If this is just a random brain glitch, why are millions of people hallucinating?
It gotta be, it's some type of presence, because nigga, you feel the presence, like on some real ass, on some nutty shit, like you feel the weight or that being held down or anything like it, nigga, you really feel that shit.
The exact same thing. There are two possible answers. One, the human brain is hardwired to hallucinate terrifying figures when it's in this state, a cruel little evolutionary prank designed to make an already terrible experience even worse. Or two, these things are always there. And sleep paralysis is just the one time you're actually able to see them. Spontaneous human combustion. The self-destruct glitch.
On some Fire Force shit? This is real?
Imagine you're sitting in your living room reading a book, sipping some tea. Nothing out of the ordinary. Then without warning,
and you
burst into flames. Not like you knocked over a candle flames. Not like your clothes caught fire flames. No, you ignite from the inside out. And by the time someone finds you, there's nothing left but a pile of ash. And maybe a pair of legs that somehow survived. This is spontaneous human combustion, one of the strangest, most unsettling phenomena ever recorded. Science has a lot of
Fire Force thing,
but on this one, they're beat. Some half-assed explanations include the wick effect, where body fat acts like candle wax, slowly burning the person over time. But if that's the case, why does it sometimes stop halfway? Take Margaret Hogan, for example, an unusually hot 89-year-old widow from Dublin. On March the 28th, 1970, she was found burned almost to nothing in her home. The plastic flowers on the table had melted into sludge, and the television screen 12 feet away was warped beyond recognition. And yet, her feet and both legs below the knees were untouched.
Were safe.
And the quest was held. The official cause of death? Burning. The cause of the fire? Unknown. Which means either one.
What the fuck?
The human body has a hidden self-destruct button. 2. Some people accidentally trigger an irreversible system error. 3. Reality occasionally just Alta 4 people in the most dramatic way possible.
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, that gotta be the worst. That gotta be the worst way you can go out. On some real ass shit. Imagine just minding your business. You just burn in the flames. You just get a trim. You just get a like out of nowhere. My nigga, this is wild. Imagine you fucking a bitch and this happens. Imagine you're out to eat at dinner and this happens. I don't understand. I've never.
The conclusion is the same. If one day you start feeling a little too warm and you're nowhere near an open flame, you might have about 3 seconds to figure out why. Quantum immortality, the real-life respawn glitch. You should be dead. That car missed you by inches. Lucky? Maybe. Or maybe you just don't die. Quantum immortality is the idea that every time you die, your consciousness jumps. Not to heaven, not to hell, but to the nearest reality where you survived. From your perspective...
That would make sense. Wait.
You never die.
You never die. You just keep waking up.
You barely made it. Take Frain Selak, a man who should have died multiple times. In 1954, his train derailed into an icy river. 17 people drowned. He didn't. The next year, he was sucked out of a plane mid-flight and landed in a haystack.
What the fuck? The following year? My nigga, you know how traumatized you gotta be? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't go outside. I'm not gonna lie. For a while. If this shit happened to me back to back, so I would not step outside.
Then a bus crash, multiple car crashes, a car explosion, and finally he won the lottery. From his perspective, he never died, and that's the terrifying part. If quantum immortality is real, then you will never experience your own death. The versions of you that died, you don't remember them, because they're gone.
Because they're gone. They're dead in a different reality.
Is there a final game over? Or does reality just keep you going? And if that's the case, how long have you actually been alive? Thanks for watching.
That's a good question. How long have I been alive? Because I don't know.